Great evening, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Let us know you can hear us loud and clearly. Welcome on tonight. Come on in the room. Welcome to Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves. I'm Monet Horton, visionary and host. And of course, we are here with our amazing co-host, Lady Tierra Parker. Say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. Happy Monday and welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. Listen, we are in the last month of the year, everybody. Yes, we are here in the last month of the year. Can you believe it, Lady T? What?
No, I no, I can't. And I feel like the month is evaporating by, okay? Not zooming, it's evaporating. Like how is it only 10 days until Christmas?
Listen, I calculated that today as well, and I was like, okay, Lord. And so we have, it's we keep it moving, and it's a blessing though to be able to be here because there's others who um who did not make it to this last month, to this day, right? And so we're definitely grateful for the opportunity. But everybody, here, Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves, we say, look, time is of the essence. Why are you still holding that thing, that goal, right? That
Yes.
thing on that to-do list? It's time to check it off. It's not too late. And guess
Mm-mm.
what? God is still working and moving. And so it's time for us to put it into action and execute. So we are here to encourage you, to push you to go ahead and make that power move in your life. Don't hold it to the first of the year. But right now, there are resources that are aligning. You have to align. And get clear about what you really, 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 really want. And so we are excited to be here with you tonight as we are powerfully wrapping up this year. We have been talking to women who are making extraordinary power moves and a great impact in their families, their lives at home, right? Their communities, and their businesses. And tonight, amazing, phenomenal woman who's making power moves, Mrs. Aisha Butler, who is here tonight. And I'm just so grateful that she has taken time out of her busy schedule to join us tonight as we um have this authentic, real conversation. Now, I just want to take a pause for the cause just before I share her bio and let you all know here at Sister to Sister, we are we go with the flow, right? It's not a show, but it's a flow. And when we say flow, we fearlessly level up. We're about overcoming and winning. That's all we do. That's what we're here for. And so we like to talk about the story behind the glory. And when we
Mm.
say glory, it's what people see. But many times people don't know what it took for us to get there. Let me know if y'all can still hear me, right? But they don't know. They see the sunshine, right? But they don't know the valleys, the rivers, the creeks, the times when God, a door might not have been open, right? But he had to put a crack through the window to let right to carve out another space for you. But we want to talk about that story that has gotten us here, and we're still processing. And so as we settle into this conversation tonight and we're closing out the year, again, we're talking about those things that has helped us to navigate to the places or the place that we are in tonight. So without further ado, we have an amazing woman tonight. Miss Aisha Butler is a photographer and creative entrepreneur based in Baltimore, Maryland. With over 20 years of experience, she is the owner of Aisha Butler Photography and co-owner of JazzyStudios alongside her husband, Jeffrey Butler, where storytelling, community, and creativity as service are at the center of the work. And listen, I know that to be true. She is the daughter of the late Bishop Gorham and Minister Gorham, the eldest of five children, a wife, mother, and grandmother. Raised in a faith filled home, Aisha brings a grounded, real life perspective to conversations about purpose, growth, and walking things out one day at a time. Without further ado, welcome, Aisha
Welcome.
Butler.
Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
so happy to be here with you all. Oh, my goodness.
we're so excited to have you with
Yes.
us. Wow. And yes, here, sister, look, you already heard what we do here. And so we just want to welcome you into this atmosphere. Oh, we just shared your bio. But if there is, if we was to ask you right now, what is a word that kind of sums up who you are uh in your own
Ooh,
or phrase, what would that be?
ooh, a word that summarizes who I am.
Yeah.
You know what? I think my parents had given me the best name, Aisha, which means life.
Mm,
In some cultures, it means mother, but life, I found in a lot of other cultures. So I would just say life. And I
yeah.
am, to me, living it abundantly, not without, some trials and tribulations, but I feel that God has led me to a place where I am living life abundantly. And I'm so grateful, so grateful.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Oh, this is going to be good and juicy all tonight. Time that I've encountered you,
Uh-oh,
you
sister, you
have
went.
brought life. Every time that I've encountered you, you have brought life, vitality.
Mm,
Um, and when I think about life, I think about a light. You have
yes.
this light,
Mm, mm,
you have this glow about you. And I am so appreciative of that. My mother and I, we witnessed it firsthand in
mm.
the studio with your services, the creativity,
Thank you.
um, the atmosphere that and in that space. And I'm so appreciative of that. And so tonight, as we dig into this conversation, we see that life and we see that light, but we know that it hasn't always to the new, unfamiliar territory. So when we
Yeah.
think about that story behind the glory, right? Behind
Mm.
what everybody sees today with you in the front, the community work that you and your husband do, just so many amazing things. Um, where does your story start?
Well, my
What's that backdrop?
story, well, I'll start it, with what I do, the photography, but how I got there, that's where the juicy part is. Um, I worked for a bank many years ago, and I loved it. I loved it a lot. I loved the people I worked with. I loved the members that we served. But there were times where I felt something was don't want to say wasn't right, but I became uncomfortable. And I never knew what was going on, but I would become uncomfortable. So at one point I was a teller. Somehow I lost $350. And that happened on a Friday. My bosses told me, come back Monday, we'll talk about what we can do about it, because no one could find where this $350 disappeared to. So I returned that Monday, and they give me 3 options: accept termination, take a part-time position down in Annapolis, which was like 40 minutes or an hour away, or take a promotion and become a loan officer. So what do you think my my decision was? It was to become that loan officer. And through that, it blessed my family, it blessed me, and it blessed what I desired to do with members a lot more. And that was to become, have more intimate conversations with them, help them out beyond what I could as a teller. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience. So then years later, that feeling came back again. And I'm just like, what is going on? But by that time, though, I had already met, he was my then boyfriend, my husband. And upon meeting him, I learned he was a photographer. Took him 3 years, and this is a story I tell everywhere, 3 years. So from 2002 to 2005, it had taken him 3 years to get me to even, I just finished the shoot, so I still have my camera with me, to get me to even touch a camera. I wasn't interested. I was going to be a real estate agent, then a real estate investor. I had my own dreams and visions for myself. So one day I go to his photo shoot, and he has a camera, sitting on the side. And I picked the camera up because I'm a shy person, and that was the only thing I knew. So I picked the camera up, and I just started taking pictures. And I look on the back of this camera, and I'm liking what I see. So the following week, I ended up going out, getting all of my own equipment. I started shooting my coworkers and my family members, and a business had grown from it. I had no plan for it to do so. I was just having fun. So about 3 years later, my husband decides he's going to quit his job. And by this time, that feeling is rising up in me like something's not right. It's not my coworkers, it's not the people I'm working with, but something's not right. Lord, what's going on? And one day he was like, it's time for you to step out on faith and, do what you want to do. And that was to take more pictures and to be home with my husband at the time. So I took that step, and I haven't gone back to corporate America. So I've been doing this 2 decades now, full time. And I'm just so grateful that I took that moment to try something new that I thought I wasn't interested in, but I tried something new. It changed my life. Not only has it, opened doors and allowed me to meet amazing people like you, Mone't, but it has taken me across seas. It's taken me to places that I dreamed about going, so it's opened up many doors. So one of the things I used to teach in classes with my husband is try new things. Even if you think you're not interested in it, even, just make sure it's not anything that'll hurt you or whatever, because I'm not going to try bungee jumping. I'm not going to try skydiving. but but that's what I taught, try new things, because you never know how those new things will change your life. So that's my message to the world. And in preparing to come here, there were 3 scriptures that had come to me. Is it okay if I share them real quick?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the first one is Genesis 12, 1 through 4. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken. The second verse is Isaiah 43, 18 through 19. Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a
new.
What? Not an old thing. I'm going to do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. And the third scripture he gave me was to Joshua, where he said, have not I commanded thee? Be strong and be of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. So I saw promise in all of these things. First, in the first one, there comes a point where we have to forget those things which are behind us, so that
Yes.
God can take us
That
into those
part.
new things, you know? And it's not that everything back there was bad, but
Yes.
everything back there still, even if it was good, everything can't always go with you into where you're going, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So the scripture where he says, remember ye not the former things,
Mm-hmm.
neither consider the things of old, behold, I will do a new thing. And I'm like, okay, the Lord brought this to me. You know, he brought photography to me because I
Yeah,
was not interested in it at all. And that's where he comes back. He says, shall ye not know it? I knew nothing about photography, but this is now how I make my living, doing something I knew nothing about. But he comes back and tells him that I will even make a way in the wilderness. Look, there we had some wilderness times. Okay, there were times when rent wasn't paid. There was times when the car note needed to be paid. But guess what? Rent is
yeah,
paid. I'm driving the car. The Lord will make that way. If he provides that way for you, he's going to make a way for you, you know. So
yeah,
in that last scripture, he says, have not I commanded thee, which means he told me that he was going to bring me to this place years ago, and I wasn't listening. So a lot of times the new things that he's bringing to us, he's already implanted in our spirit that it belongs to us. But because it's an unknown territory and stuff, we're afraid to move forward in those things. You know, I've written like 3 books and I have
come
not
on.
released any of them because it's unknown territory for me. But look, I'm surrounded by authors. All I got to do is open up my mouth and go talk to someone who's done it. So I think earlier you talked about resources. So
Yeah,
even
yeah,
when you're in that new land or in that new place, God will provide for you the resources that you need to flourish.
Mm.
I'm so why would I want to be an author? The best way to be an author is to talk to somebody who's done it before. I'm
Yes.
online right now with people who've done it before.
Mm.
we got
So,
you.
you know,
Mm.
it's something. So there, I'm talking a lot, and y'all know I do not talk. I'm so shy.
Listen,
But
listen,
this is,
because it's in you already.
Yes.
oh my
It's
Yes.
in
goodness.
you. The
Mm,
the the
Mm.
the life that you talked about, the light, it's already in you.
mm.
And wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Bring it on.
Minister Evangelist, wait a minute. They came ready tonight. Come on. You better speak. Wait a minute. Did she not? Did she not feed us tonight already? Laying it down with the
Oh my
scripture.
goodness.
That's what
Yes.
I'm talking about. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
that. Now, let's pull
Mm,
back these layers because you didn't say it
okay.
so much.
Okay.
And hey, let's take a pause and say, hey, everybody who's on tonight, thank you for tuning in to Sister to Sister Talk. Power Moves, they love you, Aisha. Everyone's out here sharing. We appreciate you tuning in. And I dropped, as you were talking, I dropped in the comments, are you ready for the new? Sometimes we talk about, we say with our mouths that we want the new,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or we
Yeah.
feel a shift and all of these other things. We're ready to pivot. But are you really ready to take that leap, take that release some things, right?
Yes.
In a direction that you didn't think or expect or
Mm,
perceive it to come.
yeah.
Yes.
Because as you were telling your story, it's like, okay, I'm feeling something.
Mm,
I'm feeling something. Now, I don't know if you felt it in your mind, in your belly, if or just
Mm.
you know, over you, that's something, but it's something that's pulling me in another direction.
mhm.
But when it came, you had to be willing to
Yes.
go and open to take the first step, the
Yes.
leap, or whatever it was, right, in that direction to even explore.
Mhm.
So when we talk about the new, we have to be open and willing
Yes.
to take that step, even if
Mhm.
it's coming in a way that we didn't expect it.
Mm.
Yeah. Mhm. That's true.
So,
And that brings me to another thought. sometimes we have the ability to make the choice, but how do we go about it when God kind of pushes us into it? So sometimes I can say, you know what, I'm going to try something new. But what happens when that new comes because God, makes it happen? And that's what was happening with me in my work environment. Even prior to the bank, I was a manager at a retail store, and that feeling came. And I used to cry in the morning. Again, it had nothing to do with the people I worked with. It had nothing to do with the people who came into the store. That feeling was there. That's how I know when it's time to pivot, because God does something in my belly, and it's like, oh Lord, please, I was gonna go to church. It's like fire. Shut up. But that's what it feels like, a burning. And I'm just like, Lord, what is it I'm supposed to do next? There's something I do want to put out there. There are a lot of people who are going through the job situation. The government is all up in their business. Some people are losing jobs and stuff like that. And this may be a season that it's time to step into some new. Get the government out your pockets and do what God has placed into. Haven't I commanded you, as he said to Joshua? Maybe it's time that you step on into what he's commanded you to do way back when.
Yes.
Where are those books that he's placed in your spirit way back when? Where are those businesses he's placed in your spirit way back when? It's time, y'all, because God, what we always talk about, God's gonna make provision for us and stuff like that. A lot of times we still got to do the work. Whatever he brings to us, there is still work to do. When he told the people, y'all, and I'm not a good Bible scholar, but about, was it the Jericho walls? They still had to work. They had to walk around that place before it did what it did. Even
faith
the lady
without
who
works is
touched,
dead. Yeah.
Yes.
there it is.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's time for all of us, and you will be blessed. Yes, there will be some trials and tribulations, but that's why we're here for one another.
Yes.
Because what one may be strong in, there'll be somebody, who needs their strength.
Yes.
For writers, like I said, look, I'm sitting here with an author. I need to talk to you about how I can get these books out of my belly. I've written them, got them illustrated, one of them 3 times.
Wow.
And I'm still saying I don't want to release it because those pictures aren't what I wanted them to be. Come on now. What is the excuse?
Getting out of perfection. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Sometimes we're looking, but it's progress over perfection. What people don't realize, and I had to do this first, is that, because Lord knows I'll be looking at something 5, 10, 20 times and like, oh, let me tweak that, let me tweak this. No, get it out that we want it to be in a spirit of excellence and all of those other things, but birth it out. That's why they have edition 1, edition 2. Get it out of you, because you're going to see something. You're always going to see, I feel like, this is my perspective, you're always going to see something that you can tweak. You can do this. The day after, the day that you publish it goes live, you're going to something else, a new revelation may come. But that's when you grow, and people need to see that journey. Right? People need to see the growth. So we have to get it out of us, so that, because there are people waiting. It's a world waiting, right? And sometimes we think about, the nations, going to the nations. But how about that one person, 2 people, 5, 10? How it's a remnant who's waiting for your voice. They're not waiting for Monet, right? Monet might speak, Tierra might say something, but when Aisha says something, their belly leaps, something leap. They read that one page. And so, but all of us have that unique thing about all of us that the world is waiting for. And we just have to step out into it. So when you were talking, what came to my mind is the provision that we're looking for. Sometimes I know I found it to be a lot of times in the unknown. It's in the place. So it's in the place that you haven't traveled, that path that you haven't gone. That door that you haven't walked through before. Sometimes we're waiting and we're looking for things to be in the familiar. but it's in the unfamiliar territory that
Come on.
everything that you've prayed for, everything
Mm.
that you've asked for, everything that's waiting on your list is
Yes.
in the unknown,
Yes. Yes.
the uncharted territory.
Yes.
So you're the trailblazer. And
Mm.
sometimes the trailblazer feels like they need, right? They need a path. Oh God, okay, no, 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 no. But when we really know who we are and
Yes.
whose we are, who we
Mhm.
belong to,
Yes.
it makes it easier.
Mm, mm,
Um,
mm.
wow,
Ooh,
this
that
is
was
this is
good.
good, y'all. Y'all
That
said
was
like
good. Lord, I got chills like, Lord have mercy. Woo!
when
Yes.
the resource is in
Hmm.
the unfamiliar, and you hit
Hmm.
it right on in this season. Um, there's a lot going on in our world, in government, all of these different things.
Yeah.
But which can be a distraction for some.
Mm,
But when
hmm.
we are in alignment with our assignment and we maintain our focus, we have to
Yes.
know that even in the midst of this, it might look like opportunity is gone, but that's when God is creating the opportunity for
Mhm.
us. And it's
Yeah.
time for us to shift, to take that leap into entrepreneurship,
Hmm.
building that business, like you said,
Hmm.
dusting all of those things off.
Yes. Yes. Hmm.
So you are an entrepreneur, creative entrepreneur, all of these different things. We like to give people now listen, y'all, it's a whole lot of nuggets that she's already been dropped tonight. Hope y'all been taking copious notes already. But there are some people who may be out there who said, I hear you, what you just described, and I've been at work and got some things moving around, and I'm feeling a leap, and I'm feeling a shift, and I'm feeling a pull, a tug. Um, I can't just quite put my finger on it, but I'm feeling all those things that you just described, right? How do I? How do I take that first step? What does it look like?
Hmm.
Um, um, how do I get or work up enough faith, right, or mental strength to take that leap? Do you have any um some tips, some things, principles, things that you live by, um, or could just recommendations for individuals who may find themselves in that space?
Well, I mean, with anything, you always seek first the kingdom of God. You know, I I do believe in fasting and praying. Um, I do believe even after that, taking a piece of paper and writing pros and cons. You know, I
Mm,
believe in seeing, I think it's Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain. Start
mhm,
writing down, things. I would like whatever field it is you're in or you're wanting to go into, find somebody, a mentor, somebody who's traveled that road. Like you said, there are trailblazers. Not only are we
mhm,
trailblazers, but there are trailblazers already out there in different fields. I would say, if you've been blessed with, a 9 to 5, 401k, and all of that, be wise because those are still yet blessings that God has allowed you to accrue in your life. So be wise on how you leave, you leave
mhm.
your job. Don't just up and one day be like, I'm out of here. Yeah, no, you got
Yeah.
to be wise about it because I'll tell you this. I left my job and I had a nice cushion, but because I had the nice cushion, I kind of became comfortable and I didn't work the new thing like I was supposed to initially. So
Mm,
you want to be wise, in it, but I would seek counsel always, especially if you have, family, you got children you have to take care of, and you have, just be wise because God doesn't want to see us suffer in our new thing. He doesn't want to see us suffer. He doesn't desire that. That's supposed to be a prosperous place, So yeah, I would seek counsel. I would seek
mm,
counsel, definitely pray on it before taking any steps. Because a lot of times we allow our emotions to kind of run things. And then before you know, we done made some decision. It's like, oh, but I still owe like 12,000 on that car. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not yet ready for,
Yeah.
for that in this new thing. So just be wise, know that it's coming. If God promised it to you, it's going to happen. If he's promised it and he's commanded it for your life, it's going to happen. I remember desiring, I was sitting at the teller window where the people drive up in the drive-through, and it was a beautiful day, like spring or something. And I'm saying to myself, how are these people able to be out there at this time? Why aren't they inside of a building like I am? And I
Mm,
remember God saying, oh, you'll get that soon. And even
mm.
though it took me from that point, maybe like 5 years, I can do that now. I can go to the drive-through in the middle of the daytime. So the thing is, just consult God and consult with people who have been there and done that, because they probably let you know with some traps that are out there set for you talked about light earlier.
Mhm.
The thing about light, it, lights the path, but it also attracts bugs, right? And not all those bugs are cute, some of them are creepy crawly and
Mm.
stuff like that. Sometimes when people see that light in you, it's going to attract some of that.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
want to be careful when you're on that new path, that the light in you, because we get on fire when we take these, when we're on those
Mm-hmm.
routes. So people will see that and they'll start attaching themselves to you. So you want to be careful with that. That's something else I would suggest too, just be careful, because we run into situations where people have used our name, our studio name, to make things happen in their own situations, and we were not in compliance. We were not in compliance, but we weren't in agreement with what
An
they were
agreement.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
So just be very careful with that, but seek counsel with God and with those who are walking the path or have walked the path that you're embarking upon. That's what I would say, I
That's
guess.
so good. That is so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Seek counsel.
Mm.
Put God first. Seek counsel from those who have been on that path, or like she said, who are on that path, but definitely someone who's some steps ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking that away. And wait a minute, that whole analogy about the light now.
Mm.
Come on.
So
Yeah.
That
good.
that that part right there is so powerful, because as you're attracting, all the good things are there. We
Mm-hmm.
also have to be vigilant, guard our gifts and all of those, other things. And we want to be wise, but you got to keep your eyes open. All of those different things. And if you're seeking counsel, you should be able to, check those things off.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I was thinking about is when you're on this path of the new and you're stepping into this territory, it's not without navigating not only the highs but also the lows.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
How do you maintain your focus and stay on the path even
Mm-hmm.
in those low spaces? Because sometimes it can get so low that if you're not strong or connected to God, right, who's our source, um, then you might want to throw in the towel. But what helps you to stay the course, Aisha?
Oh, you talked to my husband. I have tried to quit a couple times. I
Listen,
have. Because you start remembering, and the Bible tells us to remember not those former things, but I started remembering having those paychecks coming in every
the
2 weeks.
consistent, right? The consistent. Listen.
Yes, but just focus and remembering your why. Like, why did I leave the 9 to 5 in the first place?
Mm,
Why? What were the things that I asked for that are being fulfilled and given to me right now? Like, why would I want to leave the things that I know that God has blessed me with? I asked Him for that freedom. I have that freedom. Guess what? If I want to stay in bed till 10, 11 o'clock, I can.
yeah.
Where I had to be to work at 7:15 in the morning when I worked at the location right around the corner from here. I go past it every day. I asked him for the freedom. So why would I leave? So focusing on the promise fulfilled. That's what it was. Focusing on the promise fulfilled. And then just staying steadfast. Look, every industry experiences ups and downs. Every industry, even the million and billionaires, they still experience ups and downs. So the thing is, if you know that this is what God has set you in, keep pushing. Like that little fishy, she talks about keep on swimming or something like that. Keep swimming,
Yeah.
Dory,
Yeah.
or whatever her name is, Nemo.
Yep.
I don't
Just keep
know.
swimming. Just keep
I
swimming.
gotta ask my grandbaby. But that's a real thing. Keep
Mm-hmm.
pushing.
Yeah.
Keep pushing, especially if,
Yeah.
again, and I go back to if God commanded this thing for you and you know it. It's a
And you're
difference between
knowing.
believing something and knowing. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why I kind of pull back on calling myself a believer in God. I know God for myself. Believing it, it's kind of like that for me. And I mean, I know
Break it down.
people, they're believing and knowing is kind of, hand in hand. But to me, knowing, because like I said, I remember when the rent wasn't paid.
Mm.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, I get a $3,000 job that only take me 2 hours to do. Like, God,
Listen.
you
Then
know
you're
what?
like,
He is
this is
amazing.
why. Right.
He
Yeah.
is amazing,
Mm.
and he blows my mind. And every time, even now, 20 years later, he continues to blow my mind. And I'm like, only God can do it. Only God can do it.
Yeah,
Do it. Only
listen.
God
Only
can do
God
it.
can do it.
Yes, that's that is real. That
This
is
is.
real. So, I am comfortable. I'm spoiled now, but I know that God is calling me to something higher. As I was telling Sister Tiara before we went
Yeah.
live, like a lady pulled me to her and told me, come out of the shadow. And then y'all come up like, I should, do this. And the first time, I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
I
And
was on the other side. I said, God, I know you led me to send this, right? So I said, I'm gonna wait. I'll wait. What did you say? I'll wait.
thank
Said
you
I
for
already know.
waiting.
She probably like, what is she asking me? But I said, no,
Yeah.
this is what it is. So I was persistent, was I not?
Yes,
She's like,
yes, you
okay,
were.
bet.
And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to you because you know what? To me, you're a giant, and it just means a lot to me that God allows me to rub elbows with giants, because
Thank
if I'm
you.
rubbing elbows with giants, in order to rub an elbow with a giant, that means I got to be standing
Come
level
Yes.
on.
with them so
You
our elbows
in
can meet, right?
position.
So I'm
Yes. Oh, that's
grateful.
Yeah.
good.
I'm
That's good.
grateful. Yes, I'm so grateful. I'm
Wow.
grateful.
Wow. Wow.
I'm
You
grateful.
all, this is what happens, and this is what it is when we step out of our comfort zone, right? When you know it's purpose, when you know the destiny is in it,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Um,
Mm.
that's the only reason why I show up here, right? We're going on to January, will be 4 years
Yes.
to talk power moves.
Mm.
And it's easy to stay hidden, right? But when God pushes us and say, this is your time for visibility, this is your time
Mm,
to
Mm.
step up and step out. And it's not that you're not creating your own platform or your own place, but he carves out a place,
yes.
right? You have people who are out there chasing platforms and things, but when he calls you to create a space
Mm.
for people to come in and
Mhm.
share their love, their light, what they do
Mm.
authentically, this is what it's
Yes.
about. And wow, you're blessing us tonight in ways that you don't even
Yes.
I'm
know.
blessed to be
Mm.
here.
And those who are out there right now, and to Mr. Jeff out there, we appreciate you. We love you. We see you out
Oh,
there. I see you out there. Tony, I don't want to get to shouting out names. Robin, hey, Robin, oh hey, love
Robin,
you, love you, love you.
that's my bestie, everybody.
Yes, we
And
see
my
you,
baby's
everybody.
dog,
We
mommy.
appreciate you all. Uh, but this is what it is on display. Like we say, it's not a show, but it's a flow,
Yes,
and we're flowing in the right direction.
yes.
And so my next question is, what is when we say obedience, right?
Mm.
Obedience in this season in your life, in this place in your life, how important is it to you or for you to walk in a place of faith and obedience?
Wow, that's actually major. And you just mentioned Robin. That's one of her major lessons to me every time we talk, talking about being obedient
Come
to
on.
what God, is telling us or impart, telling us to do. And so what I have found, and this is over the years, and this is how
Mm-hmm.
I shaved my gray hairs off last night for y'all, but
You're
um
looking fabulous.
thank you, because I've lived through some things. Anytime I've been
Mm.
obedient, things have worked so easily for me. It's like everything falls into place. But when I'm not obedient, and usually that's coupled with procrastination, lack
Come
of
on, speak to us.
discipline, time management is off, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes hard, and it becomes a struggle to still get to the destination that God has set for me, but it becomes a struggle. I'll tell
Mm.
you this real quick. One day I was sitting in front of my mom's house, and well, my parents' home, and my daughter had to run up and get something. And I heard something say Granny Relief Foundation in the car. And I'm looking around like, where in the world did that come from? Have I been
Mm.
watching too many movies with schizophrenics or something? And now I'm hearing voices. But the Lord said again, Granny Relief Foundation. And I'm like, what in the world? And I sat back and I started thinking, and the Lord showed me all of the jobs that I had worked. Me and the senior community, I've always been able to be there for them. And that they became my ministry no matter what, whether I was in retail and
Mm.
banking, customer service, whatever. For whatever reason, they would flock to me and I
Yeah.
would be able to offer services to them, whether it was part of my job or not. And
Yeah.
so, and he showed me in that moment, what I want you to do is to create this kinship navigation program where
Mm.
grandparents who are raising their grandchildren, that's who we minister to. And all of a sudden I saw all these people I was surrounded by, all these grandparents who are raising their children.
Mm.
So I ended up going to a conference over at Morgan State University, and I shared with someone what my goal was to open up this program. And when she got up to talk, she pulls me up in front of everybody
Of
and
course.
tells them what I want to do. And before the whole program was over, I had business cards and stuff with people who were in place to do what I needed them to do.
Mm.
So I had already, maybe days before, they had already gone online. I found business plans of other similar type of companies, and I found, all these resources and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this going. I'm
Mm.
going to register the name and everything. And I let a year go by before I took any steps. I lost all of those cards. I went online into my Google Drive to find all of those links. It was like the links were broken, like they led to nowhere. And immediately the Lord let me know, see, that's what procrastination gets you. I gave you everything you needed. This thing should have been gone by now. But now, guess what? You got to work for it. So that means I got to create the business plans. I got to do everything that was in my hands way back when.
Stop,
So
stop right
not
there.
being,
So say that again for the people in the back. It was everything. Where was it in your? It was already
yeah,
prepared.
I had everything in my hands. Everything I
Mm.
needed was basically, it was like he dropped, y'all gonna see, it was like he just dropped every element that I needed to make it work right in
Mm.
my hand. Like on just, it was crazy, mind blowing. But I don't know what it was that made me step back, and I let it
Mm.
go for like a year. So when I went back to those links, when I went back to find those cards,
Mm.
everything was gone. And you know what's crazy? Sister Tiara, the lady who pulled me up in front of all of those people is the same lady that pulled me by my shoulders the other day and told me to come out of the shadow. I'm just, oh my goodness. The
Oh
same
my
lady, the
goodness.
same lady,
The
the
same
same
lady.
lady.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Mm.
So he'll bring you full circle. That's
He
Yes.
that's
put
the
me full
grace and the
circle. So I
Yes.
need to,
mercy
I need to
of God.
contact her
Yes.
again. Oh my goodness. The same lady who put me in front of all of my resources just pulled me by my shoulders and told me I have to come out of the shadow. Yeah. Oh
And
my goodness.
that's a word for someone tonight. I
Yes.
know I'm receiving it. But he's giving you that full circle moment. Yes, I
Yeah.
see you out there, that it is time for you to come out of the shadows. But sometimes, you know, like you said, obedience is important. It's critical in this time in the season.
Yeah.
But then God, in his grace and his mercy, his sovereignty, he'll bring us sometimes back and give us that what is that that kairos moment, that window of opportunity
Yes.
to take advantage of.
Uh-huh.
And there's so many people, and some people out there tonight, or who may be listening to the replay, that you are at that kairos moment, that window of opportunity, that full circle moment. And now is your time to come out of the shadows, to step into the new, because that new place, that provision it is in the unfamiliar
Yeah.
territory.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever you need, because sometimes we look at our bank account and the bank account might fall short, but don't allow that to shortchange what God has already set before you. The
That's
word
right.
of God says, and the scripture is escaping me, but it says, behold, before you I put before you an open door. I don't know if it's is it in Revelation. It's in the word, y'all. But you can Google it. But before you I place the open door before you through that open door.
Yeah.
She just showed us, right? She just put all the Tootsie Rolls, right? He put it all in your hands.
Yes.
But are you working?
Yeah.
Are you work? Come on. He gives us all of that, Aisha, right?
Yes.
But are you
Yes.
working, Monet? Are you working, Tiara? Are you working, Aisha? Are you working, our guest out there tonight? What he's placed in your hands. But also, the work has to be at the same level, expeditiously, right? Because some things we're slowful at. He said, do it in year one. You did it in 5. You're not going to get the same results, you know. And thank God for his grace. And sometimes he brings us back. But do we always want to be playing catch up? No. I don't know about you, but I don't want to play. I want to do it in real time.
Yes.
Follow through with what he said.
Yes.
And I say this. I want to be where he is and not where he was. I want to be where God is and not where he was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's good. That's good stuff right there. What's that song? I want to
Mm.
be where you are.
Yes. Yes.
Come on,
I'm
shout
not
out
the
to special
singer.
tongues out
You
there
got
tonight.
that system on.
Yes. Wanna be where you are. Come on,
Yeah.
come on, come on. Right.
Yes,
But if
indeed.
we want to be in the favored place, we have to be obedient.
Yes.
And like you said, that obedience, it grows over the years. It's like once I took my first leap, I remember leaving my 9 to 5, and I'm like, all right, Lord, new house, I'm single, new house. This was what, 10 years ago? New house, new car, all of these. I got my list, mortgage, all of these
Yeah.
other things. You are you saying that? And Robin, no, because I remember one day walking before I was going into the building. We were on the phone one morning, and I'm like, listen, I feel like I'm being pulled, you know. But again, we have to iron sharpens iron. You have to have those real conversations, but be led
Yeah.
on who he's talking to. You don't tell your business and talk to everybody, right? But when you have real people in your
Yeah.
space, in your life, who you can bounce things off of. Now, when God says do it, I remember he had me in a place where I wanted to
Mhm.
call and seek counsel and do things. But every time it was set up, it was like they wouldn't answer the phone. He like, no, I want you in
Mm.
this season to
Mhm.
obey and listen to my voice.
Yeah,
So you just
yeah,
gotta know, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you gotta
Mhm.
know how God is talking to you.
That's
And
right.
that starts with having a relationship,
Mm.
right?
Yep.
You have to have a
Mhm.
relationship.
That's true.
and
Yes.
and and, and your relationship might not look like everybody else's, but
Mhm.
I'll go to God. Look, I go, hey God, like, listen, he said, come to me as a child. You got to be perfect, all of these things.
Mhm.
And some people
Yeah.
are like, hey, I want to get it all together before I go.
Ooh.
No,
Yeah. Mhm.
as you go. But I'm telling you, when we experience him, when he's come through in one season and you start building that track record, it's like, okay. And like you said, it
Mm.
gets easier. That obedience is like, oh, he did that. Oh, let me
Mhm.
obey a little bit more quicker this time.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Uh-huh.
Um, wow. Are y'all enjoying this conversation tonight? Ooh, this has been someone said these has been words of wisdom. Is this your daughter Serena out here? Hey,
Yes,
is this
Serena's on
Serena?
it.
Yes,
Oh, Serena. Hi,
yes.
Serena.
Listen, we appreciate you all for coming on tonight. This has been such a blessing. Lady T, how you feeling over it? Like, whew, I'm
It's been absolutely amazing.
Mm.
Just Aisha sharing with us her journey, because her journey is so familiar to so many. Being in a place that's comfortable, being in a place that you love, you enjoy. It's not like you hate going to work every day. When you enjoy going to work every day, you enjoy the people, you enjoy what you do, and then the Lord is pulling you somewhere else. How do you
Mhm.
yeah.
how do you go from something you love to something that you don't know nothing about?
Mm,
But
Ooh,
mm,
that,
mm,
ooh.
we have to
mm,
you have to ask yourself, do I trust the Lord's vision more than I trust my own?
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah,
Knowing that
yeah.
he can do everything but fail.
that's right. That's
Hmm.
right.
Yeah. Because
That's
some
right.
things we're looking for the good thing, right? But I want the God thing.
That part.
It
Mhm.
doesn't mean that those other things don't look good, or that it couldn't be
Yes.
blessed, or
Yes.
sometimes we do things. It's like, all right, God, can you bless the decision
Yes.
can you breathe on what I created
Yeah,
here?
that.
Yeah.
Right. But I want to do the God thing, because
Mhm.
off the jump, that's the thing that's going to flow in
Yes.
abundance and be fruitful.
And give
But
you
you
um
know what?
fulfillment.
Mhm.
And give you
mhm,
fulfillment.
Yeah, he
yeah.
definitely will. But you know, something that's so beautiful about God is that when you follow his lead, he will breathe on some of your own desires, some of the desires of your heart.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, it's funny. Sometimes we go about life and don't even realize that he's fulfilled what we've actually asked for.
Come
And this
on.
is materialistic, but this is just an
Hmm.
example. I had a white Venza. One, I don't like white cars and I don't like white interior because I'm too messy, right? But I ended up, that's what God blessed me with because I was going through something. I needed to get a car, and that's what was given. So I had that car. And I remember saying, but I'd rather have a black on black car. And, I'm going through all of that. And eventually I have a black on black car now. And
Mm.
it
Mm,
didn't dawn on me that that was something I asked for back then. And it's there. So sometimes, when you're following what God has set, in your life and set upon
mm-hmm.
your path, he's dropping little things. Oh, you said you wanted that black on black car. Here, I'm gonna give that to you because guess what? You pivoted when I told you to.
Mm.
Because my
Mm,
That's so
husband's online.
mm.
I used to do the fashion and the beauty work, and I loved it. And my friend Jerry is
hmm.
on here. I was doing all that
Yes.
creative stuff. He was one of my first
Hmm.
muses. But
Wow.
the point came where I was like, you know what, Lord, I don't want to sit for hair and makeup anymore. I just want to
Mm,
shoot. I want to hit it and quit it. And before you know it, had a lot of people coming in. I was just telling my clients that just left about this. They had a lot of people coming in wanting headshots. And then they needed shots for their business and all of this stuff. This was around the time also I was going to quit quit work. But he answered, so he came through because I didn't want that anymore. So
Mm,
he came through, and I've been doing that ever since. But I still get to play. Mone't come through, she come through with some nice hair and banging outfits and stuff. I still get to shoot some fun stuff. But what I specialize in might not be so fun for most people, but I enjoy it because it's what I asked for.
mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, y'all.
That's
This
the
is so
And
beautiful
it's your
beautiful.
part. That's
space.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Mm,
he'll give you what you want sometimes,
Yeah.
he'll give you
mm.
Yeah.
what you want. He'll breathe on it. But first, you seek him first, do what he asks you to
Yes,
do, be obedient. There's that word again.
Yeah.
And yeah, you
Yeah.
be like, you
You
know
got to
what?
gain some traction and
yes.
following instructions out, right? Then he
Definitely.
give you some leeway out there,
Mm,
but you got to grow in that
Definitely.
obedience.
You gotta
Um,
grow in it. And sometimes it's not easy because
it's
again,
not.
stuff be looking good, but yeah, God knows better.
mm.
God knows
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
So
yeah.
good.
And so, and on that note, we can't be distracted when you're in a
Mm,
place, a called place, a purpose place, right? A
Mm,
divine positioning place, right? That
yes.
God has called you to. Don't be distracted by the things that look good because
yes,
Mhm.
appearance is just like our emotions. It can be fickle, right? What
to
can
that
look
Yeah.
part.
like it's good behind that curtain, baby, it's not so good. So
Mm.
endure,
Yes,
right?
Endure.
We're speaking to those who can endure the hard season,
yes,
endure the valley season, right?
yes.
But have great expectation that God is
Yes.
still working and moving. And He's moving. He's about to bust a power move in your direction.
Yes.
Mm, mm,
Yes.
I just want
Yes.
look. He is about to bust a power move in
mm,
your direction. So hold on,
Yes.
be encouraged
Be
tonight. This
encouraged.
has
Yes.
been so awesome and ooh, and so filling and
mm.
I'm just excited because I know that we are in position and I appreciate you, Aisha, for staying in position
Mm.
when it didn't feel good, when
Yes.
it's like, oh, girl, if I could just tell you
Mm,
what's going on over here, right?
mm.
Mm-hmm.
But you stay the course. It's
Yeah.
something about when we show up. I believe when we show up, we go up. Sometimes it's like, I don't even know why I'm showing up. I don't even know why I say yes.
Mm.
I don't know, but I'm here. Lord, do whatever you gonna do.
Yeah.
But when you
Yeah.
show up, you go up. It's
Mm.
some other things that's lying dormant, might have been lying dormant, but it's being
Yeah.
stirred up right now.
Yes. Stir it, Lord.
And it's being stirred up right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? And prepared for whatever your now and your next, what your next
Yeah.
is. And
Yeah.
so I'm just so grateful for your yes. I'm grateful for again the spaces and the space that you created, you and your husband together have created,
Yeah.
the lives, the impact, the nuggets, the love, the hugs, y'all, the hugs. Listen, what we gonna get is a good hug when we upon arrival, and and we just appreciate you
Yes.
tonight. As we're closing out, I do want you to, if there's any final words that you may want to share to the audience, and please do let us know how to connect with you. If someone wants, like, listen, I hear you, I love it, but I want to connect with you. I want to schedule my photo shoot, whatever it is, please let them know how they connect with you and go from there.
Sure. First, I just want to thank you again for being who you are. You, your mom, Sister Tiara. Just thank you so much for the seeds that you planted in me. And you and your mom. I'm serious. I just want to thank my husband, my beautiful husband, he's the one that when I want to go, God has that grounded person next to me to keep me,
Yeah.
on the straight and narrow. So and all of my family, my friends who have tuned in, I appreciate you all for being here. For those who I don't know, if you want to reach out, I'm here and ready to serve. My name is, again, Aisha Butler. You can find me on Facebook under Aisha Butler or Aisha Butler Photography, on Instagram under Aisha Butler Photography or Aisha.JazzyStudios. You can find me best. My phone number, everybody has my number, 443-680-7022, or at info@AishaButlerPhotography.com. I need someone to help me with my social media, so don't y'all joke me about my social media. All right, family. I appreciate you all. Jerry
Listen,
Robbins, everybody.
yes, yes, yes. Do you have any last words to share with the audience? Any nuggets? Any last thing? If you pulled it out, you were ready tonight.
Who, me again?
Yeah. Do you have any final words to share?
Oh, try new things. Try
Mm,
new things.
Yes.
Try
Yes.
them. I'm serious. You just never know how you'll connect with some things and how they will change your life.
that's good.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Listen, y'all. There you have it, right from the mouth of Mrs. Aisha Butler. Amazing woman who is blazing a trail in her own unique way, doing it with so much authenticity, love, and light and life, as she introed in tonight. We appreciate you. We thank you for coming to
Yes.
hang out with us over here to sister talk power moves. Listen, you coming back. We already know. We're claiming it. But we thank you again for sharing your love and your light tonight. Everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. Take a moment to click and share. Sharing is caring. Also, subscribe so you can stay in the know and, of course, in the flow. We love you all. Take care, take charge. And we will see you at the next Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves. Thank you, Ms. Butler. Have a great night, everybody. And the new unfamiliar territory. Take care, take charge. God bless.